David? You walk the dog?
No, the kids have taken him.
Oh. You know, you really ought to get out a bit more, David.
Should I?
Well, what you been doing today?
Nothing. Just sitting here wondering if I'll ever work again.
Well, you won't if you don't get off your butt, David. And you've been drinking.
What have I had?
You must have had half that bottle.
Nothing else to do.
Well, you could go down the job centre.
What's the point? They don't want me.
You're a skilled man, David.
Oh, it's not a matter of what you know, it's who you know.
Now, that's not true.
How did you get your job, Amy?
You what?
Who do you work for?
Well, Aubrey.
Aubrey Broadbent, the mad butcher. He's always fancied you. How do you think I feel being supported by the beast from the deep freeze?
Now, wait a minute. I'm a good cashier. I got that job on merit.
You got that job because you waggled your hips, Amy.
Now, that's not fair.
And I'm not a fool, you know. I've seen what's coming into this house. Rump steaks, pig's trotters, chitterlings, black pudding. And what is it tonight?
Chump chops.
Oh. Chump chops? I suppose it meant them for me. I'm the chump around here. What's going on in that shop, Amy?
Nothing. It's freezing in there.
So what? Is it his best in low temperatures?
For the last time, there is nothing between me and Aubrey boyfriend.
What did you say?
I mean Aubrey Broadbent.
Aubrey boyfriend?
It was a slip of the tongue.
It certainly was.
Oh, now look, David, you're being horrible. All right, so Aubrey's always fancied me, but I've never encouraged him. Only took that job because we needed the money, and I don't remember you objecting at the time. Now all you can do is sit here drinking and grumbling. You can't even be bothered to water this plant. Now look at this. Its leaves are dropping off.
I'm sorry, Amy. I shouldn't have said that. I don't know what came over me.
Don't you trust me?
Of course I trust you. That wasn't me talking.
Well, then who was it? I didn't see anybody else coming.
Can't you see? I'm cracking up.
You what?
Look at these hands. See how they're shaking. I'm having a breakdown, Amy.
You're not having a breakdown. If you're having a breakdown, why don't you go and see a doctor?
I've seen a doctor.
Oh. What did he say?
He said something absolutely ridiculous. I laughed in his face.
That funny?
He said I needed a holiday.
You had a holiday last year.
I told him that. I said it was some time ago, but I'd had a holiday. And he said there was no point in going to him for advice if I didn't take it up. He said I was cracking up, and if I didn't get away soon, he wouldn't answer for the consequences.
Oh, David, I don't think I can get away now. I've only just got that job.
Wasn't talking about you, Amy. I'm the one who's cracking up.
Do you mean go on your own?
Well, no, I couldn't do that.
No, I should think not.
So I rang Tommy Wright.
Tommy Wright? I didn't know you had his number.
I got his number from Director Inquiries.
But you haven't spoken to Tommy Wright in 30 years, David.
It was just a wild impulse. And you know something? Oh, this'll make you smile. He's been made redundant too.
Who's smiling?
I spoke to his wife. Oh, she's very worried about him.
Is she?
She found him at the bedroom window yesterday morning reciting the 23rd Psalm. That's what redundancy does to you. It weakens your confidence, destroys your willpower. She says he's still in his pyjamas at 6 o'clock. Poor old Tommy. He's cracking up.
Oh, his hand's shaking.
He can barely hold a cup of tea, Amy. She suggested Tommy and I went away together.
You and Tommy Wright? But I mean, you haven't spoken to each other in 30 years, David.
I know. We'd certainly have plenty to talk about, Amy.
Well, where would you go?
She mentioned Withensea.
I don't know. Withensea?
Yes.
Well, I don't mind you going, David. I'm sure the break will do you good, but I think you'll find Withensea a bit bleak at this time of the year.
That's what I thought. So I suggested Spain.
Spain?
Marbella.
And leave me at home?
Well, I realise it wouldn't be the same, Amy, but, I mean, we can't both afford to go. I mean, there isn't much of that redundancy left. And you did say I needed a break, didn't you?
Well, yes, I did.
I thought we'd book into the San Remo.
The San Remo? Oh, but we went there, David.
Well, that's the point. I know my way around. Tommy's never been to Spain before. Oh, he's really looking forward to it.
Oh, good.
Is something the matter,
Now,
Amy?
I haven't agreed to this yet, David.
Well, don't worry. It's not definite. As I pointed out to his wife, all women aren't like her. I mean, some wives would be jealous and resentful if their husband had a holiday without them.
No, it's not that.
What is it?
Well, now, suppose Aubrey Broadbent hears that you've gone away and he comes round here with a bottle of wine and a pound of sweetbreads. Have you thought about that?
Yes. But I'm not worried, Amy. Because I trust you.
You didn't trust me a minute ago.
I was being irrational. We've got to start trusting each other. Don't you trust me?
Yes.
God.
I trust you about as far as I can throw a grand piano.
I see. Well, I better ring Tommy and tell him. He'll probably be disappointed and probably get straight back into his pyjamas.
Oh,
But
David.
that shouldn't worry you.
David.
No, it's all right. I'll just ring him and tell him that my wife doesn't trust me. At least no further than Withens.
Now, you can't tell him that, David.
Well, what am I going to say?
Nothing.
You mean I can go?
Well, I'm not driving Tommy right back into his pyjamas, David.
Good. I'll just go and finalise the arrangements.
When were you thinking of going?
Saturday, 2:30 from Lowton. Do you know, I'm beginning to feel better already. Oh, this is alive, Tommy. See those lights across the bay? That's Gibraltar and beyond Africa. The dark continent, the land of mystery. So close you can almost hear the coconuts dropping. Come here, Tommy, and just feel that stillness.
Why do you keep calling me Tommy?
I don't know you nothing like Tommy.
David.
But it is important that I keep thinking of you as Tommy,
Why?
in case I talk in my sleep.
But you won't think of me as Tommy all the time.
No, he's got a ginger moustache. But don't forget, we are supposed to be passing strangers, enjoying a chance meeting.
Yes, of course. What did you tell the people on the plane?
That I was recently widowed.
Oh, that's nice.
What did you say?
That I was enjoying a few days here before joining my husband in Rome.
Good, that's very plausible, Linda. That could just be true.
It is true, David. Robert's there on business. I'm meeting him there at the end of the week.
Oh, well, don't let's talk about leaving. We've only just got here.
Oh, I know. It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah. I still wish we hadn't made it the San Remo.
Oh, but David, don't you see? It had to be the San Remo. This is our place. This is where we first met.
I know, but suppose somebody remembers us from last
Oh,
time.
that was ages ago, David. They've had hundreds and hundreds of guests since then. We're just part of the passing parade. Insignificant. Except to each other. Besides, we're doing nothing wrong.
Aren't we?
We have separate rooms.
I know.
Mine's a double room.
So's mine.
That's the joy of off-peak. No crowds.
Yeah, no grotty kids poking with spades, no kiss McVick hats. Just a few pensioners having a last flutter before they fall off the perch.
David, should we have champagne sent to my room?
Wonderful.
Waiter.
Linda, it's that fat waiter. You'll remember me.
Of course he won't. Don't be silly, David. He's served hundreds of people since then. Just keep calm and don't draw attention to yourself. I wonder if I could have champagne sent to my room.
Of course. How many glasses?
2.
2 glasses.
Well,
Perhaps we should tip him now, David.
yes. This is for you.
Gracias, Senor Peace.
Well, it's been very nice meeting you like this, Linda. What a delightful coincidence. Do give my regards to dear old Robert. Now I must try and find my wife. I wonder where she's got to.
Hello, darling.
Hello. Missing me already?
Of course I'm missing you, David.
Amy! What are you ringing for? What's happened?
Nothing's happened. I just wanted to make sure you'd arrive safely.
Of course I've arrived safely.
Well, that's what I told myself. I mean, I said if he'd crashed, it would be on the news, wouldn't it? But, well, you can't help worrying, can you? How's Tommy?
Who?
Tommy Wright?
Oh, he's enjoying every minute of it as out there on the balcony drinking in the view. You see those lights, Tommy? Gibraltar.
Well, give him my regards.
Tommy, Amy, sends her regards.
Better still, let me speak to him.
Speak to him.
Well, it's been such a long time.
Yes, I'll just get him.
Champagne, senor?
No, that champagne's got nothing to do with me. It's for room 206. Take it away.
Si, senor.
And stop following me around with champagne. Amy?
Tommy, how are you?
Fine, and you, Amy?
I'm fine, Tommy. Listen, I just want to have a quick word with you about David. Can he hear me?
No.
Well, it's just that, well, you know David. How he gets carried away and makes a complete fool of himself, especially on holiday.
No, I didn't know that, Amy.
Oh, yes. You see, he gets this idea that he's irresistible to women, and he keeps falling flat on his face. He lives in this dream world. Now, you, of all people, should know that, Tommy.
Well, I must say I've never noticed that, Amy. I've always found David to be a very real person, totally lacking in affectation.
That's just what David would say.
What?
Well, I won't argue with you, Tommy. You two are obviously very close, but just keep an eye on him for me, won't you?
Well, I don't feel that's necessary, Amy, but if it'll put your mind at rest, I'll never leave his side.
Oh, thank you, Tommy. Will you put David back on now?
Certainly. Anything else, Amy? Only this phone call must be costing a fortune.
Are you missing me?
Of course I'm missing you. Oh, Tommy's all right, but it's not the same. I never thought I'd feel like this, but... Oh, I just wish you were right here now.
Do you, David?
I just feel very close to you, Amy.
I feel very close to you, David.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you very much. No,
What happened, Robert?
The conference was cancelled.
Why?
We've been taken over.
Well, I know that. Thought that was the reason for the conference.
Ah, that was the Italians.
Well,
Well, the Italians have been taken over by the Swedes.
Swedes. Well, I suppose that won't be too bad.
It hardly matters, darling, because the Swedes have merged with the Germans, who have sold a majority holding to the Japanese.
Japanese.
I knew something was wrong when the chairman turned out to be 5'2" and the colour of Lurpak. Who won the war? That is what I want to know, Linda.
We did, Robert.
Yes, well, we've just been taken over by the three-axis powers and a neutral.
Well, the Japanese are supposed to be very efficient.
I didn't like the look of him, darling. He gave us a chat on the future, which I must say sounded pretty bleak. Apparently, if we can survive on a handful of rice a day, we should be in profit by 1990. If not, it's a prayer mat and a long knife for yours truly. Then he told us to go home for some silent meditation and a chat with our ancestors. Yes, I know what mine are doing, rotating in their graves.
But what made you come here?
What? Oh, well, I thought poor old Linda, stuck in some dreary Spanish hotel in the rainy season, she must be bored to tears, so I came on here.
I wish you'd let me know.
Impulse, darling. You're always complaining that I'm not impulsive enough.
Well, yes.
What's the matter, darling? Aren't you pleased to see me?
Oh, well, of course I'm pleased to see you, Robert. But I think we'll book out of here in the morning.
Book out? Why?
Well, you've never liked the San Remo, Robert.
Oh, didn't mind the hotel, darling. Just one or two of the other guests. Well, one in particular.
One?
Yeah, I won't mention his name because the memory is still painful. But so long as I don't bump into him, I shall be perfectly happy. And the chances of that are astronomical.
Ah, but I'm afraid the hotel's gone downhill since we were last here, Robert. Terribly downhill. The service is appalling.
I should complain. That's the trouble with the English. Don't complain enough. Yes, well, things will be different now I'm here.
Yes, they certainly will. Robert, what are you doing?
Getting ready for bed.
Oh, no. I thought we'd go down for a drink.
Oh, no, darling. I'm tired. I've been travelling all day. I'll have something sent up. What would you like?
Champagne.
Huh? Champagne. Hello? Hello. Would you send a bottle of champagne to room 206, please? And, incidentally, I have heard complaints about the service, so make sure it arrives on the double. Comprende? Thank you very much. Ah, that should do the trick, darling. Come in.
Champagne, senor?
Good Lord, that's remarkable. I didn't know much wrong with that.
Tu grazie, senor?
What? Yes, thank you. My compliments on your speed and efficiency. I mean, that is really remarkable, darling. I just don't see how he did it.
Well, they must have some sort of radio contact. It probably works on the minicab principle.
No, I don't understand, darling.
Robert, my God, your eyes. They're all lined and baggy and bloodshot. Oh, you must be tired. How thoughtless of me. Look, the first thing we're going to do is run you a nice hot bath. It'll relax you. And then I'll go down to reception, see if I can find the courier. They may be able to get us into the Alhambra. Now, they say that's very nice.
Oh, Linda.
Yes, David.
Amy, what are you doing here?
Well, I asked myself the question. Am I the sort of woman who becomes mean, jealous and resentful if her husband takes a holiday without her? And the answer was yes.
What?
So I took a week off and I left the kids with Mum.
We can't stay here.
Yes, I can. I've booked in. The management were very understanding. There's only one problem. Tommy.
Tommy?
Well, there's not going to be enough room for the three of us, is there? Somebody's got to tell him.
Tell him what?
To find another room. Do you think he'll understand? Would you like me to explain to him? Where is he? Not in the bathroom. Oh, perhaps he's still on the balcony, drinking in the view.
Amy,
Oh, yes, here he is. Hello, Tommy. Hello, Amy. It's ever so nice to see you, Tommy. Well, it's ever so nice to see you, Amy. Tommy, I wonder if you'd mind ever so much finding another room, only, you know. Don't say any more, Amy. I'll go straight down to reception and I'll try and get them to find me another room. Don't you worry about a thing. Oh, Tommy, I'm ever so grateful. Bye-bye, Tommy. Look on, Tommy. What a nice man.
Tommy isn't here. He couldn't make it.
I know.
There was a sudden bereavement. You know.
Yes, I know. I checked, David. Oh, and it wasn't a sudden bereavement. He's been dead for 3 years. So, you see, this holiday wouldn't have done him much good, would it?
Tommy, no. He was a young man.
Well, not that young.
He was my age.
Right.
What was it?
Heart.
Poor Tommy, my oldest friend. Well, you might have let me know more gently.
Well, what did you expect me to say? He's not been feeling very well. Anyway, I'd have thought you'd have known. You were the last person to speak to him.
What?
On the phone. I don't know where you've been ringing, but we're going to have a hell of a bill this quarter.
Oh, all right, Amy. So I made it all
I
up.
know you made it all up, David. What I want to know is why.
Because I knew you wouldn't let me come away on my own.
Why do you want to be on your own?
I'm going through a personal crisis. I had to get away to think. I wanted to find myself.
Find yourself? You sure it's really worth the effort, David?
You see, that's what I was trying to get away from. I wanted to find out what sort of person I am. How can I do that with you nagging me all the time?
You didn't have to come all this way to find out what sort of person you are. I could have told you that. You're sly, crafty, conniving and devious.
Talking about devious, why did you come creeping in here at the dead of night? Because you expected to find somebody here.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You expected to find a woman.
Well, yes.
Well, I hope you're ashamed of yourself. And after the way I trusted you with Aubrey Broadbent.
Oh, it's not the same.
Of course it's the same. All relationships are based on mutual trust and understanding.
Well, we've got that, David. You trust me and I understand you.
No, you don't understand. You've made me feel dirty, Amy.
Oh, now, David, I'm sorry. All right. I did expect to find a woman here. Now, I don't know how to say this, but I thought you were meeting that Linda here. Now, that's how low I've sunk.
Well, perhaps you'd like to search the place under the bed, in the wardrobe.
No, please, David, don't make it worse. Please, I feel bad enough already. I must learn to trust you.
That's right, Amy. Trust me.